sing the words to this song, we sing that God is our shelter. And I heard the Lord say that the shelter that we run into is our obedience. And I heard the Lord say that running into the shelter of God, being under the covering of God, and abiding in the strength of God is directly connected to our obedience this morning. And we all come in sometimes with different things that the Lord places His finger on in our lives. And we desire to abide in the strength of God, and we desire to move in His strength and be under His protection and walk under His covering. But I heard the Lord say, obedience is my shelter. That as you set your heart to obey my word, you enter into my covering. And obedience is the place where you live, where the enemy cannot touch you. Obedience is the place where you live, where there is a free-flowing river of my grace, says the Lord. And obedience is the place where you live, where you constantly have access to my goodness and my power and my strength. And I feel like the Lord is calling us to a deeper place of surrender here this morning, for us to truly connect our hearts to His heart in surrender and in obedience. I want you to lift your hands to the Lord this morning. There is a fragrance that is going to be released this morning as we surrender every worry, as we surrender every doubt, as we surrender every issue, as we surrender every offense, as we surrender unforgiveness, as we surrender every bad habit, and we run into the shelter of the Lord this morning. I want you to begin to lift up your worship to the Lord. I want you to begin to lift up the sound of surrender. The musicians are playing music, but there is a sound of surrender that will come out of your soul as you begin to surrender to the Lord this morning. There is a sound of surrender as you lay down worry and as you pick up faith. There is a sound of surrender as you